Today we're talking about off-road camping trailers. A buddy of mine bought one thinking it was trail ready, but a few trips in, the suspension struggled on rough tracks. The build quality started showing cracks, and the weight made towing harder than it ever needed to be. Because here's the thing, most reviews focus on features and aesthetics, not what actually matters once you're hours from pavement. So today, I'm breaking down the off-road camping trailers that get the fundamentals right. Proper suspension, solid construction, and smart weight. Let's go. A camping trailer that can go thousands of miles from Southern California deep into Utah's backcountry and make the whole thing look easy? That's the Backcountry X from Escapade Campers out of Dassel, Minnesota, a company founded in 2014 with a serious focus on craftsmanship. It boasts this seamless fiberglass shell paired with Raptor liner protection, so trail debris just don't stand a chance, while the Timbren axle-less suspension handles washboard roads, rock ledges, and freeway speeds without breaking a sweat. We're talking 20 inches of ground clearance, Falken Wild Peak tires, and a max coupler hitch that keeps the trailer glued to your line no matter how sketchy the trail gets. Inside, it comes ready with a 60 by 80 inch sleeping space, solid maple interior, radiant insulation, and a max air roof vent that can keep two people comfortable even during overnight temperature drops. And though I think that the galley could use a pull-out table, with a starting price of $18,900 and a feature list this solid, you can say I'm being a little nitpicky here. What if a teardrop trailer actually had enough room to stand up and change inside, like a proper Westfalia pop top, but built for backcountry trails? That's exactly what Tactical Overland pulled off with the Skookum. They've essentially taken everything from the popular HQ series and leveled it up. More space, more power, and more capability for serious off-grid adventures. The roof lifts to reveal a surprisingly spacious interior with an 80 by 54 inch bed, integrated bunk-style sleeping above, and actual standing room. I mean, I don't need to tell you how rare that is to find on a teardrop. Outside, you're rolling on 33-inch Falken Wild Peak tires, Timbren suspension, a 180-degree HTR awning, a 69-liter dual-zone fridge, pull-out kitchen with hot and cold running water, a diesel heater, and a full shower annex. The Skookum builds on the HQ platform specifically for bigger adventures, families, and people who refuse to sacrifice comfort off the grid. No wood, no compromises. Just an Alberta-built trailer that quietly raises the bar. Most people walk right past the Dewdrop Alpha thinking it's a show prop. It just looks that aggressive. Oregon Trailer, a family-run builder out of Eugene, Oregon, took their smallest teardrop and basically turned it into a tiny tank. The entire exterior gets a full-body Line X bed liner coat, a special alpha coating blend that seals against UV rays and water intrusion, resists impacts and abrasions, and doesn't crack or chip, meaning no sealants, no trim, no weak points where water can sneak in. Under that armor sits a laser-cut steel chassis, long travel independent suspension, a multi-axis off-road coupler, and aggressive all-terrain tires. The whole body measures just 84 inches long and weighs between 550 and 700 pounds, so practically any 4x4 can pull it anywhere it needs to go. The Dewdrop starts at around $6,140, with alpha upgrades available on top. And for something this capable and this mean-looking, that's a hard number to argue with. The Bruder EXP4 comes from Australia, which honestly explains everything. Australia is roughly the size of the continental US, but with a fraction of the population, meaning far less of it is covered in concrete. So when Aussies build an off-road trailer, they mean it. Co-founders Dan and Toby Bruder designed this thing around the most remote places on Earth, and it shows. The EXP4 runs on a fully independent air suspension with 12 inches of travel that's height adjustable on the fly, raising ground clearance up to 33.5 inches or dropping it down for easy kitchen access. The composite living cell can reportedly support 10 times its own weight. Damn, just think about that. While the tailgate kitchen packs a sink, 80-liter dual-zone fridge, and full worktop, and the California king-sized bed easily fits 2 adults and a couple of kids. The EXP4 now starts at $99,500, which is steep, no question. But this is less a camping trailer and more a go-anywhere base camp that happens to have wheels. On the road, South Africa's Invader DUO X looks like just another compact square drop until you hit camp and press a button. The electro-pneumatic roof rises automatically, the trailer doubles in size, and suddenly, you're standing in a 7-foot-tall, 2-story base camp that was towing at just 73 inches high minutes earlier. That's what you call genuinely clever engineering. The hand-laminated fiberglass shell rides on a galvanized steel ladder frame with tin-blade leaf springs and all-terrain tires, so it can actually get to the places worth expanding into. Inside, you get a queen-size bed up top, a built-in hard-floor bathroom with a portable toilet and hot-cold sink down below, and a full exterior kitchen with dual-burner stove, twin sink basins, and a 120-liter freshwater tank. Invader is a family-run business with more than 60 years of combined camping experience, and it shows in every detail. The base price runs around $23,175 US, which is pretty remarkable value for a trailer that transforms. 25 years on the market and the track trailer TVAN still turns heads, because nothing else looks or performs like it. The Mk6 marks the most substantial redesign in the model's history, adding 20% more interior space without touching the legendary hard roof strong box structure that's made it bulletproof for a quarter century. Under it all sits a military-grade MC2 suspension, literally developed for the Australian Defence Force, riding on a hot-dipped galvanized steel chassis that laughs at the outback. Setup takes about 30 seconds. One hatch lifts, deck and all, and you're in bed. Track warranties it for off-road use with 5 years on chassis and suspension, which we honestly think is a statement few other builders make so confidently. The Mk6 starts at around 69,900 Australian dollars, approximately 50,000 US dollars, and it's now arriving in the US through XGRID trailers. Most trailers make you choose: bring the bikes or the paddle boards, sleep inside or carry serious gear. Utah's Bean Pod just says no to all of that. The whole concept is a self-contained mobile base camp. You set up your rooftop tent on the pod, unhitch, and drive off without breaking anything down, which can be considered one of the smartest ideas in this space. The interior ditches the mattress entirely in favor of organized cargo storage with tie-downs, while the front deck handles bikes or even a motorbike. The raised roof rack fits kayaks or snowboards, and the rear hitch receiver adds even more carry capacity. And even after all that, there's still a slide-out kitchen, geyser hot shower, and a 76-liter water tank. Custom air ride suspension and 33-inch all-terrain tires keep it trail-capable, all starting around $19,999. It's a pretty good option for some serious overlanding. The Boreas XT gets called a teardrop-sized trailer, but that comparison doesn't really do it justice. This Colorado-built machine is a fully turnkey backcountry base camp, meaning you literally just hitch it up, load food and water, and go. The Cruisemaster axle-less independent suspension, 19 inches of ground clearance, and BF Goodrich KO2 tires handle whatever the trail throws at it, while the rear galley comes loaded with a Truma 60-liter fridge, 20,000 BTU stove, steel sink, and 30 gallons of onboard water, all on 500-pound lockable sliders. The latest model upgraded to Victron electrical components throughout, including a touchscreen battery monitor and heated 100-ampere-hour battle-born lithium batteries as standard, which, let me tell you, is extraordinarily impressive for a stock build. The roof rack expands sleeping to 4 with a rooftop tent. It starts at $44,990, and nothing is missing. What if one trailer could haul a UTV, sleep the whole family, and still handle off-road terrain without flinching? That's exactly the problem the Intech Flyer Discover was designed to solve, and it does it in a package only 18 feet long, built with a fully welded all-aluminum cage frame and 16 inches of ground clearance. This Indiana-made trailer is genuinely trail-capable, not just trail-adjacent. The clever tip-out system, essentially a drop-down covered sleeping section, means 2 adults can sleep inside at camp, while a UTV and bikes stay loaded in the diamond-plated garage. Add the optional second tip out, and you've got space for up to 4 people, all while still fitting a side-by-side inside. The kitchen covers the basics with a 2-burner stove, 88-liter 12-volt fridge, and farmhouse sink. This beauty starts at around $34,853, with plenty of room to build it out exactly how your family needs it. And there you have it, folks. Some of the most impressive off-road camping trailers on the market right now. Feel free to drop your pics and suggestions down in the comments, subscribe, and while you're at it, drop a like. Want more off-roaders? Check out this video right here.